Let's get dumped, baby. Let's do it. Let's get it going on. Welcome to the Voicemail Dump Truck on this September 29th, 2022. My name is Jeff Bakalar. This is a call-in show, ladies and gentlemen. So make sure you got your cellular device, your rotary phone, your touch tone, and you're calling, you're dialing 707. Exit flu. Nobody knows the numbers. You got to figure it out. On the truck today with me is Dan Reichert.
Hello.
Jeff
Am I
Grubb.
supposed to, when you just say Dan Riker, I don't, and then there's this big gap after I say hello, like I'm supposed to say something, but you didn't ask me a question.
You're supposed to attack him, Dan. You're supposed to just get him.
It's like a, it's like I don't have a catchphrase to say or something. Like there's this weird silence. You just
maybe you
stare at
could.
me.
Dip dang doodle. There's your catchphrase.
Dip dang doodle. Hey, I'm here, Jeff. Good to see you.
You're just,
Never
it's
mind, I
like
regret
someone,
this.
you'd think someone who's been podcasting for like multiple decades would just like understand the beats and the
I know
cadence.
here's the thing. The great irony of this is I didn't want to step on the intros of Jan and Grubb, but then you stare at me and make me feel like a damn fool, and here we are, we're delaying it even further.
How do you know I'm
You
staring
did
at
this,
you? How are you doing that?
Just there's nice folks on the podcast. Introduce them.
Jeff Grubb, welcome. How are you? Thanks for dumping.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for inviting me here. I feel very welcomed, and thanks for that nice introduction.
You're
That's
quite-
how you do it, Dan.
All this nice
That's so
episode
hard.
afterwards. Ooh,
That's
look
so
at
hard.
the podcaster here. Ooh.
Yeah,
The
jeez.
You learned
newsman
something,
knows how to
Dan.
do this right. Okay.
Observe, you can learn something. And finally, no longer Jantron, back to his human form, Jan Ochoa.
It was quite the expensive procedure. I'm glad you greenlit me expensing that. It's like when you get a tattoo, you want to get it lasered off, and then the laser hurts too much. I'm like, no. Let's just double down on the tattoo. Let's make it darker. Let's harden these lines.
Let's go over it twice.
Yeah.
People don't realize the Jantron surgery, totally reversible.
Yeah,
Totally
it's like
reversible.
It's like a vasectomy, just like a vasectomy.
It's exactly like you have to. Yes,
looked
it's
that
true.
up. I looked that up, and they can
Yeah,
reverse.
I'm sure
I've
you
been
did.
thinking about getting the vasectomy. I think that'd be a good thing to do.
Let's do it in New York.
You turn into a robot.
I'm going for a vasectomy. But we didn't have a doctor there. We can't just like be drunk and have fucking like Pam do it or something.
We will be within an arm's reach of 1,000 urologists when we're in Brooklyn. I promise
That's
you.
true.
Get one of them
The
by.
land
I'll
of
get a vasectomy
urology.
on screen. We need to get like a little
Everyone
sheet or
knows.
something so we don't get kicked off Twitch.
Brooklyn,
but,
the urethra of New York. Absolutely.
It's the dingus.
Promo.
Everyone knows that. You know,
No, I'll get snipped upstream. Absolutely.
you want. What didn't like Lil Dicky do that in fucking fucking Dave? Didn't he
His
do
show?
that?
I don't know.
He did something like testicular related. I forget.
Tom Green got a
it
ball
was a bit.
surgery.
Yeah.
Tom Green did that back in the
Tom
day.
Green really did it. This was just the storyline in the fictional show for Dave.
I
Yeah.
see.
Yeah. So yeah, get snipped, dude. Live your
Yeah,
life.
no. I want
actually,
to. Yeah.
I think there's a lot of people on Earth who would like support that in a big way.
Yeah, honestly,
yeah.
doctors might do it for free if you explain the whole situation about who you are, and what you've done,
Like who you
what
are.
you're responsible
Bring some
for.
video evidence and be like,
Yeah.
here, okay, can you just
And you know
just go
what?
and charge the
You
insurance?
can
Scissor me,
reverse it.
daddy ass. Just say that. They'll be like, all right, let's
There
just
we
get this
go.
over with.
If there's
I'll wear the shirt. Yeah, I almost bought that shirt at Grand Slam.
Me too.
if there's one human on Earth who's going to finagle their way into a free vasectomy, it's motherfucking Dan Reichert. Okay.
No,
Let me
I know
tell
I've
ya.
told this before, but Jeff Bakalar, have you heard the story about my dad's vasectomy?
No, I have
It's a
not.
short one.
Please.
It's a short one.
It's a quick,
folks at home
it's a
might
quick
have heard
snip.
this.
I bet. Okay.
He got his. I don't know if it's like just in the scrotal sac itself or in that region, but you get stitched up after they cut in there to snip your business. And his first day back at work, he parked in the parking garage, and they told he thought he was like good to go, and like I can walk around, I'm fine. And there was like a waist high wall in the parking garage, and he didn't want to walk all the way around it, so he tried to hop over it, tore those stitches.
Oh, Paul, that is not poggers.
That is the least poggers thing I've ever heard. Also, guess
You might be
whose
listening,
fucking
hi, Dad.
fault and only fault that is? Fucking Paul ass Riker. What are you doing?
Tearing his
You
ball
just got-
stitches in the parking lot.
You just got your nutties cut, and then you're trying to like pole vault over fucking dividers in a garage.
It's
You
the first
deserve
time he's
that.
done
Bedridden
parkour.
for 2 months after I get mine.
Yeah, what a great time to try out my parkour. Right,
Yeah,
you know.
I've never thought of a word further for Paul Reichert than parkour.
Parkour. Yeah.
Not something he would
I'm
be
sorry.
Balls
I'm sorry, but
cut
that's
parkour.
stupid. That's just stupid. Oh no. Oh, what was the fallout messy? Was it
I don't think it was
didn't-
like it's not like his like actual balls fell out or anything.
That's not what I was asking, dude. I meant the fallout from
I think they're
opening
connected
the
by cords and
stitches.
stuff in there still, but yeah. I mean, he didn't go back to the hospital or anything. I think he was just hurt.
Yeah, okay.
Speaking about
All right.
Paul, Grubb, I don't know if you got the chance to show this off yet, but you received something in the mail.
I got it right on the counter over there. I'll have to go get it. I'll be right there. Hang on.
Okay.
All right. These
Can you give us a hint?
These came out. Okay, the state of our shirts not the best, right? So I was
It's a
really
fucking
surprised.
dumpster
shit?
fire.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. The state of the bumper stickers, though, those came out really nice. And Jeff
Okay.
Grubb, because he said he would, he bought a pair, the pair that we put for sale, and they came out really nice.
Okay.
I thought he had them by his desk, so that's why I did that.
He's got to go take it off his car.
He's gonna back his car into the frame.
That'd be awesome. That's like a Stone Cold entrance.
Oh shit! Here they are. Here he is.
All right,
What do you
sorry for
got?
our audio listeners.
Oh, I can't
I'm
wait
here.
to see
Oh,
these.
okay. You guys are just, all right. You're ready for it. All right.
Yeah. All right.
There you go.
Full
There's a.
Wow. My kids are not buying. That is truly the most insane sticker ever printed.
It came out really good. And it says up here, you guys probably aren't going to be able to see it on my camera, but it says Zaddies only, 18 plus. And then nuke.com under the Peggy 18. Peggy 18.
That's
nuke.com.
gorgeous. There we go.
Really weird.
And then Ahia Gao to the polls.
Oh, that.
This one, I'm surprised how great this one came out. This was
Look
really
at
nice.
that.
That's
Look
King
at
from
that.
Tekken, right?
Yeah, I think that's
yes, that's his face.
it's
Yes,
King.
right over there.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Yes. And that's the guy from like
Cabela's.
Far Cry or Cabela's or something. Yeah. And then they got the knife
Oh,
and the bat,
shit.
of course.
Oh, lovely, lovely.
Magic.
And
Excellent.
I'm trying to see. You could see Kirby's eyes with the pizza right here.
Oh, that's right. I forgot we did that.
Kirby's in
The
there?
base
We
of
hit a
that
Kirby?
sticker.
Yeah. Listen, don't fucking
yes.
tell Nintendo. Don't you tell Nintendo what we done.
Yeah.
But yes.
Don't tell
Kirby's on there.
Namco. Don't tell the people that came up with the term Ahagao. Don't tell them anything.
Yeah.
Is that copyrighted?
Yeah, if you see anyone with that bumper sticker in the wild, you have to make the face at them. All right, that's just a binding contract. Don't look up. If you don't know what that looks like, don't look it up now.
Go.
Don't make the same
It's
mistakes
just a
that I
face,
did.
right? Like, how bad could the Google be?
It's
Let's find out, Dan
overwhelming.
Reichert.
yeah.
Rules asks,
wanna-
and it's already been deleted. Is Ahigao still banned in chat? And
Yes,
the answer
it
to
is.
that is yes, absolutely.
Yes, it is. Do not type it in chat. I don't want anything
I
bad
don't
to
think it
happen
should be
to you.
banned. Why should it be banned?
Isn't it just a face? It's right?
Yeah, it's an O face.
A what
O
face?
Like that?
Yeah,
Isn't it
yeah,
just that?
What's
Oh,
Yes,
man.
yes, it
what's
is.
he say?
Like,
MacGruber?
Oh, yeah.
It's a MacGruber
Everyone
face.
do your
MacGruber sex
face.
it's adjacent to an uwu face. I've been told.
Yes.
Oh, I see.
Oh
That is,
boy.
like, so inoffensive though. Why is it banned?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe some pervs like just kept using it or abusing it. I don't know. I love the audience, but sometimes there's some weirdos out there.
It's just
Looking
so
at you.
short and sweet. You know, it's just really, it's really fun. All right, let's do some voicemails. What do you think?
Oh, are you
Voicemail
hosting?
dump trick.
Backlar?
Voicemail dump trick.
Fucking Dan Reichert.
You gotta get away with putting this on the side of the plane on my way to Brooklyn.
Like
Please.
you're going
Air
through
Force
the
One.
terminal.
Just go
what
to
do
like
they
just
call
stick
that?
my hand through the thing. Yeah.
Slap it. Sir, what are you doing?
Oh man,
Fucking
that would be-
National Homeland
I would
Security
totally-
arrest you.
Yes, 100%. What is poggers, sir? What are zaddies? Explaining to the U.S.
Sir.
government what zaddies are.
What is poggers? Is that a code?
Has anyone
We got-
made like the bomb making the Ahagao face yet? I think someone
Yes,
has.
someone has. I've seen that.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, good. I just needed to put that out there in the universe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they'll
sometimes-
send it to you in droves now, so don't you worry about it.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, if it's banned, we should unban that word. Is all I'm saying. All right. We've got maybe a couple dozen here or so. Nice collection of voicemails. Thank you to Jan for curating all these. I'm assuming you did.
My pleasure.
Let's kick it off, and I want to start with Jan. I want Jan to pick the first. Let's listen to our callers.
God, I forgot all of these already, and I picked these out this morning fresh. Let's pick flatbed.
Hey, Jan, me and my, the family, we're following a flatbed trailer that has crane machines on it. We about to drive onto that flatbed, bro. Where do you want me to send the loop? All right, love you, bye.
Jeff Baclar, where in Brooklyn are there, or in the greater New York area, are there crane games?
Lie to him.
Atlantic
They outlawed
City.
them, didn't they? Atlantic City, yeah.
That's the closest one, about 100 miles away. I don't know, man. You don't. I bet there's a couple places, but like all the arcades in that area are all like the new hipster bar things, and they
so it's
probably
like-
don't have crane games.
Like the Killer Bee game, like the 4v4 one, and like pinball and stuff.
Killer Queen, yeah.
Killer Queen.
Yeah.
Killer Queen, yeah, and a lot of pinball. In fact, there's one pinball place. I think we're a little too far away from it, but oh yeah. Look, I don't know if we're gonna have enough time for all that.
I'm wondering
I'm
why
trying-
there was a flatbed full of crane games, though.
Yeah,
Like, where are you
that's the
going?
question. Yeah, like where
We
are they
used to-
going?
We used to go to this bar a lot in Minneapolis called Burrito Loco. It was a burrito place, and then above it was a bar that was open super late, and it was super
Ooh.
cheap. And Ben Hansen was so freaked out about the fact that they had a crane game there, and it wasn't like an arcade bar or anything. It was a normal bar that had this one crane game, and it was filled with water and lobsters, live lobsters. And so you can put in like a buck, and you crane game it, and if you catch the lobster, they cook it for you, and so you get like $1 lobster. Keep in mind, this is just like a shitty Chipotle with a bar on it. It wasn't a place that was like equipped for dinner or anything. But the thing that freaked Hansen out is like, this is so fucked up. It's like, you choose which one is going to die. Like, he thought that part of it was like a super like horror movie part of it. But
Listen,
yeah, I
it
guess
is
that's true.
it is like definitely messed up when you like if you were to bring aliens here and show them that, they would judge us harshly for sure. But you know, you always are choosing which lobster's gonna die, basically. I mean, you go to the store, you pick your lobster, that's how it works.
Yeah, I think it's the fact that it was like gamified that freaked him out. You know?
Very, yes.
Yeah.
So my parents, my parents are such fucking weirdos. They used to tell me that like those were just the show lobsters.
What?
And,
No.
and like the real ones were just like, you know, they had it coming and they were in the back somewhere. These were
Right,
just
the
for
criminal
show.
lobsters, right? These are the stars, baby. Nothing can happen to them.
The ones that deserved it are what you
Yes.
ate for dinner. These
You're only
would
going to
be
eat the
set
ones that have
free.
sinned. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. These are show lobsters. Very good. Very good.
My
So the chat's
my-
on here. Ben Hansen wants to change the world so dogs die after 2 years, so you get to buy another puppy. I heard about that. I heard about that on the podcast. It's like, maybe people would like it if, like, you know, dogs just died sooner, so then it's like you can get another puppy, and
No, but like,
it's not
okay,
as much
what's
of a
the
commitment.
context?
And
Is
I
the
don't know. I
context
just hear it.
serious?
He hates that dogs
Yeah.
live. That's the
Ben
context.
doesn't
That's
understand
the
the dog thing at all. Ben does not understand. I remember one of the first things he said to Bianca is we were walking down the street in San Francisco, and she bent over to pet like a random dog she saw. He's like, "Oh, hey!" And Ben's like, "Oh, you're one of those people." Like, Ben does not understand the
He
appeal.
doesn't
of dogs
understand the
at all.
dog thing at all, is how you explained it just now. That is a sign for something, right? That's indicative.
No,
'Cause
he's
even
a serial
someone-
killer that hasn't killed anyone.
Okay,
yet.
all right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah,
He's
like,
a
and
serial
he's-
killer who's just scared.
He has said that if he ever has a kid and the kid wants a dog, he's just going to pretend that he's a dog. Like, that's his solution to it. Like, Ben Hansen's completely insane. I've been yelling this for a decade plus, but I mean it.
That is truly unhinged behavior.
Yes.
What an
Yes,
insane
he's
thought.
insane.
A, it explains why you two are so tight. B, there's something fundamentally broken with his, sort of like makeup, because that's the thing about dogs. The reason humans love dogs so much is because they look like people when you look into their eyes. You're like, oh, you got a lot of human
They got
features,
cute faces
right?
and stuff. Yeah.
So something is broken in his brain.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
100%.
Yeah. All right. Well, we got there from flatbeds, so I'm a fan. Let's move along. Yeah.
That's a
What
journey.
What a journey. What a journey. Grubb, you're up.
If you add up Mexican Pizza 1 and 2, that's how many Mexican pizzas I've had since Taco Bell brought them back. So let's go with Mexican Pizza 1, please.
Oh, you get both.
Yeah.
It's a 2-for-1.
All right.
What's up, dumpers? So I'm just sitting here eating some late night Taco Bell, like you do. I don't know if y'all, of course y'all know, the Mexican pizza is back forever, for good. So of course, had to get Mexican pizza. I was sitting here with my partner, and they proceeded to reach for my Mexican pizza, and they got a little pretty woman with the Mexican pizza. So my question for y'all is, what other little ridiculous bullshit do you do with your partners? What other little cute stories do you have? Taco Bell is amazing. Yeah, that's it. Thank you, dumpers.
And
Explain to us Philistines what a pretty woman is.
Pretty Woman, there's a scene where Richard Gere is presenting like a jewelry, like a ring in a jewelry box to Julia Roberts, and he like snaps it shut to like pretend to bite her, and she's like, "Oh,
right."
It's like a very funny scene.
Yeah,
very,
it's
not
cute.
funny. It's a very iconic scene,
Gotcha.
and that's what he did. He must have like slapped his partner or something.
Oh, I was picturing he took the Mexican pizza parts and clamped it on her hand or something when you described that.
That's of course that's the way your brain went. But yeah, I don't. It's a strange voicemail. I don't know. And a lot of assumption that is a cute thing to do with your partner.
I think it's a cute thing.
It's a cute thing.
Yeah.
But I don't have an answer to this question. Does anyone else?
Not necessarily a thing from movies that my partner and I do. And I also have described how I will Winnie the Pooh for her sometimes.
Sure.
Right. That's cute. I like
Yeah. A thing that she winds up doing all the time, and I'm convinced this is why I will always stay a little roundish, is because anytime she cannot finish her food, instead of taking it home afterwards, maybe eating later, saving for leftovers, she'll be like, open up wide, my little garbage disposal, and then proceed to like load up the biggest bite possible and just stuff it in my mouth.
Nice.
And I'm looking at her like, why? And sometimes it's not even like, when you're feeding someone, it's like there's a proper angle you got to get with the approach. She'll always do it in a weird angle. Instead of just
the
going
Dutch angle of
straight,
eating. Sure, yeah.
just start going straight back into my mouth. They'll be like off to the side. I'm like, what are you doing? Oh, God.
Comes from
You love
behind,
Dutch angles in film. So,
Bonk and I have our morning Puzzle Fighter 2 arcade battles, and then after we're done, regardless of who wins, we do have a increasingly elaborate secret handshake we do with just us. And for some reason, this freaks Razor the fuck out. So every time we're like trying to like nail our secret handshake, Razor is just like screaming at us. So it's just a whole thing every morning.
Adorable.
dogs.
If like we hug, Marty will bark at us. That's the only time he'll bark.
Really?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
But not like in an aggressive way. He'll just sort of be like, none of that around me, you two.
It's not a
Get
sentimental
a room.
dog.
It's like his get a room bark, yeah. All right, what's the sequel to this voicemail here?
Sequel is...
Yo, what up, dumpers? I just realized I didn't say my name earlier. I don't think that's required, but it's Greg. I'm also kind of disappointed. I was pretty lit when I decided I was going to eat the Mexican pizza, and I now remember I don't actually like the Mexican pizza.
It's a bummer.
Pretty disappointed, kind of fell into the hype, and it didn't really live up to it.
Sorry, Greg.
That's all. Thank you.
This reminds me, yesterday I was on the phone with my dad, and out of nowhere he's like, why are all those people on the voicemail dump truck that call in? Why are they all so weird? He's like, they all sound weird. They all sound like serial killers or something. I was like, Dad, no, they're calling in at 3 a.m. and they're high. That's what it is. So it's like a lot of them are trying to be quiet and they're high, and yeah, that's the answer, Dad.
Or they're not vaulting over a divider with their nuts stapled. Weird. But they're their own kind of weird, Paul. Thanks. Dan, your turn.
No one.
I'm sorry.
I'll just say no one
Go
really
ahead,
loves the Mexican pizza. It's just like it's good.
No,
you still just get it.
Pretty good. I got
like
one last weekend, and
I
it was
like
all
it.
fucked up. Like it had come out of the box in the bag, so it was all like upside down and sloppy all over all my other shit. So it was kind of a whole to do to eat it, but it was still really good.
I'm glad it's back. Is where I'm at.
I don't freak
So
out about it the way some people do, but I think
Yeah,
it's a
same.
good sometimes menu addition. Yeah.
Agreed.
So I probably haven't had one in 15 years. Maybe.
Oh gosh.
When were they out before they left?
Oh, they got kicked out like in 18, 19. It was just a few years ago.
Oh, okay. So
There's a whole-
That was during the pandemic, wasn't it?
Might
Yeah.
have been. I remember that being a news story like recently. Yeah.
Yeah, so it must have been pandemic. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I probably haven't even had Taco Bell proper in 5 years, but a pizza shit probably in like 10, 15.
Jesus Christ.
I'll do
How
that.
do you
I'll do
live?
Taco Bell for sure. I'll eat
fine.
it. I'm not above it.
New
I won't
York
eat
City,
I won't eat like
Manhattan,
McDonald's, but
Taco
I'll
Bell,
eat
Google.com.
Taco Bell. Yeah, just go to maps.google.com. That's
You guys remember
It's easy.
that series of Taco Bell commercials when they were bringing the nacho fries back that Josh Duhamel was in, and how elaborate they were? So good.
Yeah. Yeah, weird.
Was it like the
don't
movie
remember
trailer
that.
stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
And then
right.
I immediately
Yeah.
bought too many nacho fries afterwards.
They're good. They're good fries.
Yeah. Weird.
You got to get like 19 extra things of cheese though, because they don't give you enough.
Yeah, it's not enough cheese.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll have to pivot out of that cheese combo, and we'll have to go to Dan Riker for the next voicemail. Dan.
Let's go 2 drink maximum.
Hey y'all, me again. I'm gonna go ahead and drop some fucking weird knowledge I have as a 37-year-old man. Chuck E. Cheese has a 2-drink maximum. Go ahead and use that for your game of the year discussions. Use that as information as you see fit. What's some just weird factoids you can pull off the top of your head? Bye.
Some weird what in the
Factoids.
Factoids.
Oh.
What is a factoid compared to a fact, would you say?
A factoid is like a pointless information.
For trivia?
It's like something that would come up in pop-up video. That's the
Yeah.
kids like pop-up video still? Does Dylan watch pop-up
No,
video?
that reference is lost on
It's
the whole fucking planet,
pop-up
dude.
video.
Pop-up video was
Everyone
like
loves pop-up video.
96.
It took them
96.
No.
What is a pop-up
Queen
video?
loves pop-up video.
Maybe 3 or 4 months ago.
They cancel it, and that's why she died.
Dude, VH1, the letters VH and the number 1 have no
Video
meaning
hits.
to people.
Is
It's
that
the
what
Video Hits
VH1
channel.
stands for?
Video hits? I never
Yeah.
knew that. Video hits.
It's Video
one?
Hits 1, yeah.
Oh, wow. I thought it was like Video
Yeah.
House or something. Or
No, it's video hits.
Oh, damn.
I thought it was.
Crazy. VH1, like,
Sorry, just a second.
remember when VH1 did that hard pivot and all of a sudden they were just like,
I love the 90s. I love the 2000s.
Yo.
I love the 80s.
literally no
Kind of
more
music.
music.
Yeah, listen, we got Ian Michael Black's number, and we're
Yeah.
gonna
Yes.
use it. We're gonna
Ian
call
Michael
this guy.
Black?
Yo,
Yeah,
and
he's
also
gonna be on
Ian
Black.
Black, but yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Whatever. Like, yeah, Ian Michael Black, whatever the fuck
Great
his name
Groups
is.
is here. Let's change our whole strategy.
Yes.
The kids like great
crazy.
Groups.
yes, they do. Because
Do they?
Greg Proops
Really?
is in the Phantom Menace as like that announcer guy. So by default, because the kids love
my
the prequel
right.
trilogy, so the kids love Greg Proops.
Greg Proops is in Star Wars.
Dude, and I was exact. That's
Weird.
weird. I didn't know that.
That's
so
a factoid.
weird.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a factoid.
There's your factoid.
But I was almost right on the money. The first I was on the money. The first episode of Pop-Up Video was October 27th, 1996.
Jeez.
96. Man.
Yeah.
I was about to be in kindergarten.
That's cool. That's a
Sixth
factoid.
grade, Yeah.
I think the ideal factoid is when what's his name kicks the helmet in Two Towers. He actually broke his toe. And Aragorn in Lord of the Rings. And whenever that scene comes up, everyone who knows that factoid has to say it. So I think it's the ideal factoid.
Yep.
Which one is Aragorn? Is he the elf or the man?
He's the man.
Okay. Got it.
Not the elf man, just the man.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, there are your factoids, ladies and gentlemen.
I have
Call
a
in with
question, though.
factoids. Yes, Jen.
About the 2-drink maximum at Chuck E. Cheese. As a kid that had a birthday at a Chuck E. Cheese, whose father and uncles proceeded to get very inebriated, does a 2-drink
bringing shit
maximum?
in.
Yeah, but like, does the 2-drink maximum, does that count for a pitcher? Because there were many pitchers going.
Sometimes they will like have a separate rule for pitchers. Like I've been to comedy clubs that are like, okay, so you can get like 2 pitchers per table or 2 drinks a person or something like that, depending on the size of the table. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
And then
I
we
don't
can
know if,
split Tam's drinks amongst us.
yes.
Yes, there we go.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
Tam got 2 pitchers.
There
you
we
know?
go.
I gotta call.
Yeah.
I gotta call Chuck E. Cheese. I've just been so knee deep in this Brooklyn thing that I've had their Yelp page for the Daily City Chuck E. Cheese pulled up for 2 weeks now, and I've had a Siri reminder to call Chuck E. Cheese. I DM'd him. I didn't hear back from Chuck E. Cheese on Twitter.
Oh, Charles, come on.
I also feel like if we're doing a private thing, that rule doesn't apply. And I will also say that rule probably never applies, and no one enforces that. That's insane.
Yeah. I mean, the Chuck E. Cheese, secret police. I mean, listen, they're not as powerful as they once were.
No, not as popular.
There are more trees on Earth than there are stars in the galaxy. That's my factoid.
Really?
Yes.
Wait,
doesn't that mess you up?
Oh, in the galaxy.
Doesn't that mess you up? Yes, the galaxy.
The galaxy is small
universe.
compared to the greater universe, right?
I think
Wait a
listen,
minute.
you know what, I'll double check. It's definitely the galaxy, though. There are several
Milky Way
trillion
galaxy.
trees on Earth.
Oh.
Yes.
Milky Way
Our
galaxy. Okay.
More trees. Yes, we can move on. I'm sorry. I'm just going to fact check my factoids.
Right. Because Dan, I mean, we spent a lot of time talking about our galaxy in episode I don't know what of Back to School.
Sounds about right.
I
Yeah.
feel like it was a pretty big number when we talked about how many stars were in the galaxy.
You could tell me any number and I'd believe you right now.
That's cool. That's real cool, Dan. I'm glad you got all that knowledge
7.
stuck up in your brain.
7.
7. There's 7 stars in this galaxy.
I think there's more than that. I have a telescope.
Oh, Christ. All right.
It is a galaxy, by the way.
Jupiter.
Galaxy.
Galaxy? Wow. A55.
Yo, what's up with tough guys always wanting to shove things up people's asses? You go back and watch wrestling or something, and it's nothing but just dudes talking about how they're gonna shove stuff up other dudes' asses. The Rock, his whole thing was he's gonna
Turn that
turn
sideways.
things sideways,
Yeah.
and shove them up your candy ass.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why are these tough guys always wanting to shove things up each other's asses, man?
It's okay, caller. It's okay.
That's where the poop
Toby
is,
Keith have that.
man.
Poop, yeah.
Don't want that.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up with?
Okay, thank you, caller.
Thank you, caller.
Yeah,
Thank you, caller.
Toby Keith had that one about putting his boot up Bin Laden's ass or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, The Rock was
the thing you
definitely
hear.
that was a big thing with The Rock.
Huge.
The Rock loved that. The Rock, that's all he said, was just
He always
it
shined it up
doesn't
real
matter,
nice first, though.
right? Doesn't matter where that thing was going. It was ending with it being inserted into your asshole.
Sometimes
You
your
could tell where
candy
he was
ass-
going with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, into your Rudy, or sometimes a Rudy Poo candy.
Rudy
But
Poo,
you
yeah.
could always tell when he was going in that direction because Kurt Angle, you take that Olympic medal. I want you to do one thing. He's going to say, shine it up real nice.
Yeah.
Put it up your candy ass, and sure enough, yeah.
I mean, all he was not saying was and I'll love it. I'll love every minute of doing that.
I'm gonna come. The Rock's gonna come.
I mean, if he wants to do it so bad, obviously,
it was different.
obviously, there's a two-way street going on here, right? He's getting something out of it too.
Yeah. Oh no,
Right?
he's getting his jollies off of this. Obviously, yeah.
First off, the delivery of this voicemail is very good. It's also a very
Yes.
good point. So thank you, caller. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, can you guys hear this? Could you hear that? No.
No.
Okay.
no.
Okay. It's Troy Aikman on Monday Night Football. Basically, just said these guys are coming and they're gonna pull out, and then they're gonna. And it was 12 seconds nonstop of just that, and he meant it about the football game, but it was the most sexual thing I've ever heard. And I'm like, oh wait, football's just basically that. So
Football.
The Rock says a he gal.
Finally,
The Rock has
The
ever said a
Rock
he-gow?
has a he-gow.
After that goes up your candy ass, I'll here go. I love it.
All night. Josh Bynes has been coming all night long, but then he pulls out, and it's just hard. It's been a while since he's seen a hole that big.
Oh boy!
Didn't know what to do.
But that's awesome.
Wow.
there it is. There it is.
Wow.
Okay. All right.
That's so
Wow.
sick.
I'm gonna do that. All right.
It's been a while.
love that.
Since he's seen a hole that big.
Oh.
I don't have an answer
Jan.
to the caller's question. I'll
I
just
don't
chalk it
remember
up
the
to
question.
let's just say toxic masculinity and homoeroticism.
Oh right, yes, yeah,
It's
totally.
that.
Yeah.
It's yeah. It's the most blatant example.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, caller. once again.
Or The Rock is just a connoisseur of asses.
Right, big in the ass.
I was watching one recently. I'll occasionally put on just old wrestling things. And he was talking, it didn't even make any fucking sense. He was like, Undertaker, I want you to roll your eyes into the back of your 33-pound head and roll it down your back. And then I want you to grab your own 33-pound head, turn it sideways, and stick it straight up your candy ass.
Okay, I'm sorry. Anytime you start talking about the weight of someone's head, I'm into it. You've got me. Like, you've won me over.
A live shot of the Undertaker just failing to follow along.
3-pound head.
He does have a giant head, I'll say that.
Being like,
Roll your eyes back, stick your tongue out, and just make a face.
Undertaker, I want you to go.
oh, I love it. That's great.
I hope this doesn't get to The Rock. That's just my one wish. I really like him. I hope it doesn't get out.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I love Zoa.
Yeah, he's cool.
There you go.
Is Zoa good? Anyone actually ever try it?
No, I've never
Mike
had it.
Minotti has, I'm assuming.
He has had it, yes.
Okay.
Yes, he has.
That's blessed. That's blessed. Chad had the next one. Go ahead.
So my partner and I actually saw like a cardboard cutout of The Rock with Zoa and his tequila in a liquor store. And my partner, you know, she's seen a lot of wrestling because of me, and like she's seen how tall and big people are. But this cardboard cutout was not to scale. It was shorter than me. Like, and I'm 5'8"-ish. And then she looks at it and looks at me. It's like, are you taller than The Rock?
No, you are not.
And then I'm looking at her. It's like,
Been a while since I've seen you in person, Jan, but you are not.
and then I'm looking at her. It's like, have you not seen Hollywood cinematic classic, The Scorpion King? Of course he's taller than me.
Is he a Botaro situation in Scorpion King? Is he does he have horse legs?
That's in The Mummy Returns, I think.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the one
Scorpion
with the
King is just a
terrible
dude.
CG. Right?
Yeah. Scorpion King is like the prequel, and that's that has the Godsmack song that I really like.
Right.
That and that Prince of Persia game both have that Godsmack song.
Is that the same Godsmack song that plays
I don't
all
know
the
if it's
fucking
the same
time
one.
during those Prince of Persia 2 sequences?
Yep. It's the one that goes,
Stand alone.
Fantastic.
Fucking every time in Warrior Within, it's like, oh, here it goes again. Fuck.
Yeah.
Jesus, that was a time when that song was like, this is the edgiest shit you can get. Yeah.
It's gonna come back. It's gonna come back.
Why do I think of Batista when I think of that song?
Oh, because his theme song goes, I walk alone inside this bit of danger.
It also sounds very much like a Godsmack song, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a good
Best theme song in the world. But I'm biased.
good.
I love Batista.
Yes.
All right, chat got the next one, and they picked honorary Australian.
Honorary Australian.
Hello, dump truck crew. It's Jim from the Gold Coast. It's Saturday afternoon here, and I've worked the morning, and now I'm sitting down with a couple of hot dogs, about to watch the Australian Rules Football Grand Final. So,
soccer?
Without Googling
like
or
football.
Binging or anything like that, I want you guys to guess who the winner was and
this is
score. And whoever's the closest, they get to become an honorary Australian. So the two teams playing today are the Geelong Cats and the Sydney Swans. So pick a winner between those two teams and what you think the score will be. And you'll become an honorary Australian. Just come on down and just tell them Jim from the Gold Coast said it's all right to just come through. Don't worry about passports, visas, anything like that.
Oh, nice.
All right.
Would not.
Peace out.
I
those
have
teams are made up.
anything for those names, by the way.
Yeah, those things are made up. They should be called the Dingoes. They're definitely called the
I
Dingoes,
wanted
actually.
to visit Australia, so I hope I win this. I'll say the Geelong Cats 28-21.
28-21. Okay.
I'm going to say
That's
I'm going to say the
assuming it's
Swans.
numbers. Okay.
I'm going to say the Swans, and I'm going to say 8-13.
Okay.
Yeah. So Australian rules football is I think it's like rugby and American football and also like weird goalpost kicking and things. Like,
do you throw things?
I'll just
And like someone's playing chess. And like,
it's like a lot. Yeah, someone else. There's also a pinata involved. I think it was 25-20. The Swans taking it.
Okay, I had to Google it, so I'll abstain from this. The score wound up being the Geelong Football Club versus the Sydney Swans. Geelong taking it with 20.13 against 8.4.
See,
I think that's me.
What's the over under? What's the so what's the over under there? So if you add those up and you add all ours up, I don't remember what numbers I said. I said 8 and 13. So
I said 28-21 Geelong Cats. I had the right
way
winner
over.
too.
Yeah, I think you're
way over.
Congrats.
But I mean,
That's
I got
fine.
the right winner. That counts. That's weighted, right?
That's totally right. Yes, it's okay. That's
Just fly yourself out there. You won.
Congratulations, Dan
Okay.
Reichert.
I do want to go there. Okay, great. All right.
This
Leave
is
the passports at home, honey.
It's crazy
Sydney
that
Swans. Huh.
they use decimal places for the score.
How do you calculate that?
Like, I don't know. It's technical. To the
It's
100th. I don't know.
it's like Mario Party. The decimal
Sorry.
points all come after the thing. Like I did. That was not me. I don't think.
That was me. That was me.
Okay. All right. Thank God.
Oh,
But
this
it's
looks
like,
weird. What is this
take a look
sport?
at this.
I'm
It's
just
a
gonna
weird
drop this in
sport.
the chat.
It's a weird
soccer
sport, but
again.
it's cool.
It's
I
like
remember
soccer
watching it.
adjacent, but our football adjacent.
Yeah.
Is this
I had a
Quidditch?
buddy in college who was Australian, and he would watch this, and I'd be like, "Oh fuck, this is interesting and different."
What is this
Yeah.
sport?
It's
kicking
it's
stuff.
crazy.
Is it like an oval? They're running outside
Yeah,
the
it
bounds.
looks like a rugby ball, right?
They're just slapping the ball around after they kick it.
They just slap the
And they're
bag.
laying on each other.
How are the? I have no idea. We should get really into this. Forget F1.
Ooh.
Let's
All
get
right,
into
go ahead.
Steam.
I think it's all about hitting the goalpost too. I think you want to hit the goalpost
Oh,
at some
go
point.
between 'em?
I think so. Maybe I can't remember.
Nas in the Giant Bomb chat says, "All I know is at one point the announcer says, 'Can the skipper ignite something here?'"
Yeah, that's all.
All right.
All right. I found Australian football coach 2020. There's a lot of spreadsheets here. So
Do a quick
right.
look.
Oh, okay. According to chat, the score is actually 133-52.
What? Why did we not? Is there like a
What
conversion
was the
thing we didn't
decimal
do?
situation?
I don't know. I don't know what any of that meant.
Footy Showdown is in development. Oh man. Okay. I'm gonna get
Maybe that
AFL
was, like-
Evolution 2. We will do a quick look at this.
Yeah, maybe that we just had to convert the score to American.
Should we
score.
get Danny for this as well? Should
Yeah,
we?
probably.
Yes. I hope he doesn't understand it either.
Okay, good.
You would know better than us.
What? Yeah, maybe.
Horsey Stick
knows
says
weird
goals
sports
are
a lot
worth
better
6
than we do.
points. Behinds are worth 1 point. The Rock will love
Ooh,
this.
yeah.
fucking-
The Rock's super into this.
None of
Gotta
these
kick it
line
inside
me
while
up,
you
bro.
throw.
None of these dudes are wearing like any type of padding. Also, by the
No,
way,
yeah, they're Australian.
Dude,
That's just natural padding.
And also, like you've seen rugby. Like, what do they wear protective?
yeah, but like
shorts?
their ears are taped at least, right?
I've added AFL Evolution 2 to my Steam account. It's got mostly positive reviews. Came out in 2020. So here we go. We're gonna learn.
All right, we'll learn together.
All right, it'll be an experience to say the least. Bringing it back around, Jen, you're up.
I'm sorry, I'm learning more about Australian Football League, and it's more confusing as we go along. I have to go get married.
Hey, this is Dan from Iowa. I just want to say, they just announced that E3 is coming back next year, but it's coming back on my fucking wedding weekend. Like, what kind of bullshit is this, dude? I just wanted to fucking flex you guys, or not flex, fucking vent. I'm so mad, I can't even speak, man. Like, they would fucking bring E3 back as an in-person event on the goddamn weekend that I'm getting married. Can't even buy tickets to go to the consumer event because I have to go get married, which obviously is more important. But still, E3. All right, bye.
Thank
Congrats, caller.
This is easy. This is easy.
Yeah. This is
Skip
very
it
easy.
and come to PAX
get
instead.
married,
Like,
yeah.
yeah. You go get married and go to PAX instead. You'll have a way better time at PAX.
Get married at E3.
Take your partner. Yeah, get married at
you
okay. Well, there you go.
Get
There's
married
something.
at E3. Go to PAX for your honeymoon.
Yeah.
Caller, I think you are interpreting the news the wrong way. This means you don't have to go to E3. This is amazing news.
Most of my birthdays since I was 20 years old have been at E3, and it's if you get the opportunity to spend a big day not at E3, just enjoy the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
When's your birthday again, Dan?
June 16th, which it'll be the dates this year, so it'll be another E3 birthday if we go. So,
Okay, I'm gonna keep that
You've celebrated more birthdays at no, but you celebrated like a third of your birthdays at E3, right? Like pretty close to that.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Well, pandemic ones I didn't go to.
And also, don't forget,
quarter
wasn't it earlier in June for a while? It was like the first week in June for a while, wasn't it?
Sometimes. I've been to all of them from 06 to 19, and then there were 2 pandemic ones. So I guess I didn't miss any when I left for a couple of years.
Yeah, I could have sworn it was for a while. It was like June 8th. You know,
I think there were some definitely. I think there were some that were earlier. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, Grubb, pick us a next one voicemail, please.
Yeah, let's go with Gusher Juice.
Ooh.
Hey, me again. Question.
Me.
Let's say you could drain all the liquid from a gusher and have just a giant cup of the gusher douche.
Oh, yeah.
How much do you think you could drink before you got sick? I don't think it would be that many, because I think it's just too intense. Bye.
Thank you, 2 pints, Dan?
I think you could ingest 2 pints. I think by the time you get to the end of the second one, your throat is going to be fucked up.
I can eat 6 packs of Gushers, no fucking problem.
Yeah, from like the acid and stuff. Yeah.
Well, but Gushers aren't sour though, right?
No. There's still like sugary acids in there. Like that much sugar. Like think about like drinking like not just from the carbonation, but like a Coke. All that sugar. That really. I don't know.
I think a Gusher 2 liters all the time. You know, like even before
I think a Gusher's less intense than soda for sure.
Oh yeah.
Gusher juice.
There's only one way to find out.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
I don't think it's like concentrated.
Costco.com.
Who's going to juice all these Gushers? Who's doing this?
This is why we
do it. It's like how I eat combos. When I eat combos, like I get a pizzeria pretzel combo, and I nibble like a rabbit all of the pretzel part around, and I try to just get a bunch of the cores so I can just eat a bunch of like combo cores because that's you just really distill it. You know, I would love to do that with Gushers.
This is why who's gonna juice all these Gushers that you just cut to? We got Rory in the room. Open up Gushers.
This is why
we're doing in Brooklyn. We got the Gusher room. We're just gonna be preparing it all.
Don't go in there. The Gusher room.
Oh my God, we get him like a lemon squeezer thing
everywhere.
Yeah, lemon squeezer tarp. Yeah,
like a Dexter.
The entire room is covered.
He walks through the back row and he's got a garbage bag over him.
He's got like a Gallagher
dolly. Literally 4 cases of Gushers on a dolly.
And you know what?
I got a lot of work.
He would do it really well.
We're actually we don't have time for that anymore. Sorry, Rory. God damn it.
I like that. Yes, she Amaro in the chest like Roy just stomping on him like wine grapes.
Yeah, I love Lucy. Yeah.
I think this is why we need an intern because like I was at the office today and I was talking to John Luke and then I was every time I see John Luke at the office I'm incredibly apologetic because our shit's everywhere and then John Luke has put most of our shit away thankfully but then there's all these tapes, all these old tapes that we may never look through because some of them are just not useful, right? Some of it's just like old B-roll or like people that aren't even in the industry anymore. And then I was like, what if we just had an intern to ingest all of these tapes? That's their whole deal.
Imagine when they went to the WWE Network and they had to archive all that stuff and go through everything and check for copyrighted music. You check for Benoit, all that stuff. They had a ton of people they hired for like a couple years to just like sit in rooms and log and tag everything. And that's not just Raw, that's SmackDown, Live Wire, Heat, all these shows you forgot about, you know.
Oh my God.
That's a job.
And then they went to Peacock and none of those fucking tags work anymore.
It fucking sucks.
See, but then our intern, they could do double duty. They could pop a tape in and then squeeze a bunch of Gushers.
Yeah.
When you're in the office, did you find the demo discs?
I need to check again with John Luke because I found I found a spindle. Is that what it's called?
Okay.
Of demo discs.
Yeah.
But it's not
a good word.
I remember a binder, but I have not found the binder. I did find the Mario Party thing. I don't know where the Metal Gear thing went.
Okay. I want to do a demo disc in Brooklyn.
Yeah. If anything, Jeff Bakalar, I'll drive it across this country.
Excellent.
Okay. My gosh. I'll drive those demo discs across this great country of ours. All right.
I did it again.
Whose turn is it? Grubb, you're up.
No, I did Gusher Juice.
Okay, Dan.
Yes. Very rude.
Hey, dumpers. Sometimes when there's like pedestrians kind of jaywalking or whatever, I will like stop and wave them forward and then like flip my wave into the middle finger and blare at the horn as they're like right in front of my car. So I was just wondering, is there anything that you do that like you convince people you're being super polite, but you're actually being very rude? Okay, bye-bye. Love you.
Wait, is he saying that he flips them, like he tells them like, oh, you go ahead, and then he flips them off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he says he waits till they're in front of the car, right? And then honks the horn and flips them off.
That's funny.
That's a jerk thing to do.
Yes,
I think
but
that's
it's funny.
the point. And I will to that I say, no, I don't do anything like this. I can't, no way, man.
I'm sure like it's probably mostly it's just a harmless goof, because I bet you he probably can't keep a straight face sometimes, and they probably have a nice little jokey moment, I would imagine. I'm hoping.
I hope
now.
so. I think you might be right.
You know?
I think it depends where you are.
Yeah.
When you're doing
100%.
that.
Yeah.
Just in front of the old folks' home.
That's it.
One of the most scared I've ever fucking been in my life was I was probably 18, driving with my friend Charlie in Kansas, and we were at a red light, and there's some big tough motorcycle guy in front of us. And I don't know why. Maybe I was doing it or he was doing it. Basically, whoever in the passenger seat, there was a huge crack down the windshield, and we were mad about it because there was like a new crack in my car or his car or whatever. Anyway, one of us was like aggressively flipping off the crack. Like, we're like, fuck this crack. This crack sucks. I don't know why. And then the guy, the motorcycle guy, just saw in his rear view us going like this and thought we were flipping him up. And he turned around and he pointed at us and he was like, oh, pull over. And we're like, no, we got to go. We got to go. And he was like swerving in front of us, trying to like, he's like, he wanted to pull over and fight. And I was like, Charlie,
awesome.
We're going to get our ass because you. Fuck you. Like, oh my God. We've managed to like squeeze past him, but jeez.
Yeah,
boy.
All this makes me think of is being in the car and seeing like the person next to me was matching my speed, and then I realized, they're like, they want to race or something, and so I like all my friends. This was in high school. I had all my friends in the car with me, and they're like, no, Jeff, don't race. And I'm like convincing everyone in the car that I'm mad and I'm gonna race. Oh my God, we're gonna do this, and we'll get them all revved up, and the other person's like, okay, ready, 3, 2, 1, go, and then I just slam on the brake as hard as I can, and they just go flying forward, and then everyone enjoyed that because that was funny as opposed to actually racing and putting us all in danger.
That's some Marty McFly shit right there.
That's a proper response.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
You know when you're at a stoplight, right? And you're kind of not looking at the light in front of you, and you just, through your peripheral vision, you see the cars next to you going.
Yes.
And then you go.
Yes.
An old boss of mine used to, on purpose, would just inch herself forward, even though she knew it was a red light. And then...
No.
That's a good bit, though.
She managed to get this dude to pull forward enough to trigger the red light camera that it triggered.
Oh, no.
He probably got a ticket. It turns green, and then he's all mad, and he's looking at us, and then she's just laughing as she speeds away.
Listen, that one I feel like not her fault. Like, if you shouldn't fall for that, you should be looking at the light.
That's
just
true.
look at the light.
Yeah.
Of course.
She's my hero.
Something my dad fucking hated when he was younger was, my dad and my ex-stepdad were like high school best friends and roommates and everything. When they were going to parties and shit, it would be like not a ton of cars on the road. I know, Backler. I've explained my dad and my ex-stepdad, my dad and mom got divorced. My ex-stepdad married my mom and a whole thing. But everyone's friends. We all hung out like a couple months ago. Anyway,
okay.
My dad would be parked. He'd be driving in front, and Big Dan would be behind him. And at the red light, Dan would pull his car up to my dad's and just slowly push my dad's car into the intersection. My dad would be getting so furious and look in his rear view and just see Dan cracking up. I'm like, oh, I'm going to get arrested.
That's funny.
Chad saying his name was Dan? Yes, get this. My dad has been divorced 3 times. Every single time he's gotten divorced, his ex-wife has immediately married a guy named Dan. All 3 times.
Well,
so he said in the future, if he ever meets someone that he's hitting it off with, like, hang on, you don't know anybody named Dan, do you?
Somehow that's like
3
not
times in a row.
in a weird way.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Like 85% of people in Kansas are named Dan.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was going
I
to say.
didn't know how Dan's grown up. No, just one of my dad's wives.
Yeah, because they were so far away. That's weird. One thing with driving you really should never do is you should never fucking take you should never take the advice of other drivers if they're waving you through something. Like, that's fine, but you should always also observe the rest of the intersection or the environment that's going on.
Yeah, you should assume that everyone else doesn't know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah, just because somebody's I've seen this happen 3 times where people will get into not super serious accidents because you're not really going that fast, but Just never fucking listen to the bozo who's like, "You come on, go ahead." No, like you got to make sure there's not an idiot behind them who's going to go around them. It's just
There always is. There's always an idiot. Yeah,
there always is. Here's one more piece of advice because I love driving. I know Grubb, you love driving.
Yes, I do.
Big fan of driving. When you're making a turn, like let's say you're making a right turn from a stop sign, and you see a car coming with the turn signal making a right, so you're assuming like, oh, I could maybe turn right a little quicker. Don't turn until they turn. Don't go early. Just because they have their blinker on does not mean that they're going to turn. Sometimes I've seen this happen.
Yes.
I've seen this happen.
That was my first. That was one of my first accidents. I was changing lanes at the mall at Easton and Columbus. Shout out to C-Bus people. I don't know. And I was changing lanes at the mall, and the lady at the light was like, or was at another stop sign, saw me. I don't know. Maybe she was a it was a light. She saw me changing lanes, and then she looked the other way, assuming I was also going to then turn right. But I turned my turn signal off and kept going, and then she pulled out in front of me, and I ran into her, and I had the green light, so it was okay. And a cop saw it also. It was like I was in the clear, but I'm like, yeah, you can never assume the light means
never trust the blinker. Never trust.
And that was the dad's driving advice hour. We should do this every podcast, Baccalar. I'm into this.
And
if you have a blind spot with your mirrors are set up wrong.
That's true.
I'll say it again.
That's very true.
That's true. That's true.
I should keep that in mind because that's part of my problem with the highway is every time I merge, I'm freaking the fuck out because I don't know if they just taught me this in driver's ed or something, but I don't really look at the mirrors. I just do this constantly. I'm totally over my shoulder.
You got to get comfortable looking in the mirrors. Yeah.
I do that too, though.
I always look at there's a blind spot, and I figure like I can see with my eyes next to me, so I'll just make sure there's no car there. And so it's so scary to me, like going like 60 miles an hour, not knowing when the road's going to end, the lane, and looking over my shoulder. It's fucking terrifying.
Yeah, Jeff's right though. Like,
the car should be like if it's behind you up until about like 3/4 behind you, you should be able to see it in the rear view mirror. Then once they get up to like to the side, what most people consider the blind spot, you should be able to like just look to your right easily, see them out the window, and then they should very quickly be right in your side view mirror. That means your side view mirrors need to be aimed out a lot more than most people think.
We got the handy things that blink if you have your signal on and someone's coming up, it'll be like, hey, don't fucking do it, idiot. Yeah.
Then just listen to that. That's good too. Yes, those are very. Those never done me wrong.
And I think they're going to be standard pretty soon.
Yes, that seems like
a by law. Also. So Grubb, just to one on top of that, we do need a podcast about driver safety. You basically shouldn't see any of your own vehicle in your side mirrors.
Exactly. If you see your own vehicle in your side mirrors, they are set up wrong. Period.
They're wrong.
Period.
Okay.
They're wrong. Period.
We'll be making a YouTube tutorial on how to set up your rear view mirrors.
Love
that. You know what I want? I want to get the one where like the rear view mirror is a camera, like and like the thing you look at on the in the windshield is just a camera. You just see the screen.
Well, it should be a mirror with a camera screen in it, right? Because I want the mirror still.
Well, yeah. But I think it's I don't think it's been approved in the U.S., but elsewhere, cars they're letting that happen. Yeah, and they're also letting happen the rear views being cameras too.
Yeah. Have you driven one of like the newer cars that has so when you go in reverse, the whole you could see
the whole 360
degrees
like
around the car.
It looks like a drone.
Yes.
Looks like a
it's
drone.
And it's just like these really wide angle cameras, and they just split them up. That I'm like, this is blowing my mind. My van was in getting repaired, and I borrowed one of those. And I'm like, this is the best. It like really, it's just like you see everything. I'm like, I want to drive backwards all the time. This is so cool.
Every time someone new comes into one of our cars, I'm like, I show and they're like, how did they do? I said, it's the drone.
It's the fucking best. It's the best.
And they're like, shut up.
Months ago, I took an Uber that it was a Tesla, and they had the giant screen thing with like it showed where the cars were, and I was like, "Holy shit, this sounds like perfect for me!" And all my like terrifying, and it's got a self-driving. So I was about to buy a Tesla a few months ago, thinking that like the auto driving thing is like, okay, I'll just pull out the switch and play some, but it's not like that at all. I guess. I guess you still
you'll get in trouble.
And I guess it sucks kind of. So it's like I got out of the. I'll wait a few years until it's a little better.
The adaptive cruise control stuff on a highway is pretty okay, but like
It's scary though, because it's like I like feeling like I want to feel like I'm in control. So whenever my car is doing the like, it like
can hold the wheel.
first few times I felt my wheel doing a thing, I was like, "What the fuck? Why is it moving itself?" Like that fucking scares me. Or like when I feel my car speeding up and it's not my foot on the gas, like that's a scary feeling, you know?
Yeah, we just got a new car over the weekend, and it does.
Oh, it came in.
Like it came in. It does the highway. It'll like keep up with traffic and slow down. It'll change lanes by itself. And it, yeah, like you hold down the click and it'll just do, and you're like, I don't know. Part of me is just like, the thing that is cool though is you can let go of the wheel and it will just steer itself down the road as long as there's like a double yellow. Yeah,
okay.
Well,
the one I have, it's like it sees the lanes and stuff, and it'll like do the slight adjustments and things like that. But like I've been too afraid to test like taking my hands off and seeing if it'll actually follow a curve, you know?
Yeah.
Every day I keep thinking about getting closer and closer to just getting a pickup truck, but then I also want an electric vehicle. I just want
to get the Lightning, dude.
The Lightning?
The F100? The F-150 Lightning? Yeah.
I think you'll be on a 7-year waiting list, but one day it'll come.
And
there's like that super fancy, what is it called? The Rivian, and that just looks like... no.
Sick, but a fortune.
Yeah.
I saw one for the first time on the street the other day. It looked really cool.
Yeah, are they good? Because I bought stock in them because somebody said they were another electric car company. And I was like, oh, that's going to be a big thing. So I just bought Rivian stock, but I don't know shit about them. Like, are they good?
I think they're okay. Yeah, they're coming out with like an SUV soon also. Okay. So, you know, that's
I wish them the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when did you, like, I don't want to, we don't have to go through your portfolio, but like, yeah, their stock has really taken a hit. What stock hasn't, right? But,
don't get me started on GoPro. God damn it.
I bought GoPro years ago.
Oh no.
Man. Here's the thing. I never actually do any research. I was walking into the San Francisco office, and they had the coffee shop there, and they had CNBC on. This is like 2016, 2017, and it's like GoPro down to all-time low. And I was like, oh, that sounds cheap. And I went on my phone and just bought a bunch of GoPro stock, and then it went way cheaper.
You're like, but that's not, we're not done yet.
Oh my god. So the camera dudes at Mythbusters, they were like big into stocks. And they were like, Jan, buddy, you got to get in on this. And then I was like, okay, yeah, I'll go buy some GoPro stock. Sure. I barely have any money as it is now. And then that's like the same year they came out with a drone that whose battery just died in the air. So the
incredible
stock was already cheap, and then it got dirt cheap.
Oh
wow!
It is. Very
there's
how red is it? How red is it?
If we can maybe make his face the thumbnail.
It used to be at 85 around the time I was in the San Francisco office. It is currently trading at close today at $4.90.
Yeah,
I got in at like $20.
I'm gonna get in.
Don't. I hate GoPros for multiple reasons. Their stock prices or their stock performance being one of them.
You were talking about their drone, right? The one that fell out of the sky.
Karma.
The Karma.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we had a review. I think a CNET reviewer had the Karma, and it literally fell out of the sky.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm not going to review this. And I think that was actually the last drone he reviewed, because he was just like, I'm not killing someone for my job. Like, I'm not doing this anymore.
Yes.
Oh man, people in chat say there are some cars that do have digital rear views. I did not realize that was okay.
Corvette C8. I'm gonna look it up right now.
It's pretty sick. Maybe it's the side rear views that are not U.S. legal. There's a lot of like strange, not surprising limitations that cars have to get altered for sale in the U.S. because for whatever fucking reason.
Detroit, am I right?
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right. Somehow we will...
at $65,000. Jesus Christ.
What's that? The Rivian?
I was looking up a Corvette, being like, "Ooh, that Rivian sounds cool," and starts at $65,000.
Yeah, that's a Corvette. Yeah.
The Rivian.
I think it's 85.
Is for a Rivian? Yeah, it's not cheap, and that's the starting thing, right?
Yeah, that's the starting.
100.
Without like any of the 73, but still 70.
No, you'll
73, and that's without the battery.
I'll be okay with Subaru.
Oh man, this is a nice looking. This is a nice looking SUV thing they got though. Man, look at that front.
It's sick. Although the most disappointing thing about my new car is the frunk is not what the frunks are cracked up to be. I cannot fit shrimp cocktails. I cannot fit any kind of ice or cooler or anything like that.
Are you driving to the hotel?
Me?
I was thinking about it, but I don't think I'm gonna, dude. It's brand new. I don't want to park it.
No, it's fair.
A frunk, a front trunk,
a front trunk,
a trunk in the
When
front.
do those happen?
Electric
you put
cars.
the trunk in the front because there's no
electric
engine.
cars have that?
Well, there's no
they
internal
have
combustion
both?
engine.
They got
Yes.
2 trunks?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh man, that's cool.
From what I gather, though, the frunk is not really like taking off in a way that people thought it would. So like, and also undoing the hood on a car is not like opening a trunk. It's a little bit more involved. I just don't think
There's
they're
more
as
safety
popular.
mechanisms involved. So
Yeah, there's like a latch and stuff. So I only keep like the charging wire and like an emergency kit in my frunk.
No chicken wings.
No chicken wings, no fucking
question.
shrimp cocktail, nothing like that.
When you guys were younger, I don't know. I've never asked this, so I honestly don't know what the answer is going to be. Did you frequently, like, let's say you're in college, you're all heading out to the bars, and your buddies, the DD or whatever, and you're all hopping into his car, and he's already squeezing like 6 people in a car that seats 4, and then you ever just be like, "I'll ride in the trunk," and then like just shut yourself in the trunk and ride in there? Because I used to do that all the time, and I liked it. Like, I would volunteer, like, I want to ride in the trunk. What's that?
I understand why you like that.
It's fun
because you're a dirty little boy.
ride.
Yeah.
Well, it's like I'm anti-claustrophobic. I felt like it's like, oh, I got my own little space.
You're nice and cozy. Sure,
it's
yeah.
dark and
I think I've been in a trunk before. I had a car and my license, and I was like the only one of my friends that never lost their license from like 16 to 18. Like it was very easy to do.
Lost their license.
Yeah, well, I mean, like they had their license were like taken away by the government because they got like one ticket. Yes, and so I'm like, okay, I was always the one driving, and so I was always the one putting one in the trunk until my 1980 Malibu died pretty quickly after I got it. After 16 years old, it was sitting in my grandma, like one of my grandma's garages for years and years. My parents let me use their minivan, and then the whole thing is just one big trunk, so everyone felt pretty cozy in there.
There's like windows and stuff. Yeah,
I think you could.
I
I think
like when
cool.
it's like closed in.
I really like
think
this Bacalar.
It's cool, right? Yeah.
Yes.
What's happening?
It's very nice.
It's in the voicemail.
I put it in the channel. No, not you. We're not talking about your
don't
trunk
worry.
thing.
Don't worry about sometimes the cameras freeze on vMix. He's showing us the car in the Discord.
Oh.
I remember growing up and like you could do the trunk thing, like, but not for a long distance. It was only like around town or something like that.
Yeah,
you weren't
go
like
from one party
you
to the
weren't doing
next,
a road
yeah.
trip. Yeah.
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 Yeah, you wanted
Yeah,
like
I don't know why I'm freezing
wanted the
up.
girls to be in the car, so like your asshole friend got in the back. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. All right. It is my turn. Wow, we really did a car and driver here. We did a.
Let's not even acknowledge it. Let's just move on. Never talk about it again.
Book.
Let's see. Oh, emo with adult money. That's a great headline.
So I recently bought a bidet, and I've been getting really into Motion City soundtrack. And I always felt like my midlife crisis was going to be a little bit more reckless than this. But it turns out that I'm just a 30-some-odd-year-old emo with adult money to spend on adult things. And it's nice.
Yeah.
Thank you, caller.
Yeah, that makes sense. You know,
I think our generation. I think our generation is going to have much milder midlife crises than our previous generations, where they just destroyed their lives. Like we are just going to buy stupid shit, and that's it.
I'm just buying Dreamcast.
It's going to be a bunch of Transformers.
Shit,
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm like buying too many handheld video game things. Like okay,
totally.
Cool.
You do have a lot of those. I do notice
have a
this
lot
now.
of them. Yes.
Do you have an Ambernick? I bought one of those,
I have
Grubb.
an Ambernick. Yeah, I got an Ambernick right
Yep,
over here
I got one of
somewhere.
those.
Yes. Ambernick. I got
Like,
multiple
how many
of these
things do we
Retroids.
need to play like Genesis games on? I feel like I've got like
yes.
at least 30 things in this room I could play like Sonic on.
Yeah, exactly.
I could play Booger Man
it makes me
in
feel
any
good.
room in my house.
Yeah.
Well, now I got to make sure I have the actual cartridge too. And then I've got Mr. 19 handheld things. I've hacked the 3. Like, just at what point do you stop?
Yeah.
I always say it's like Animal Crossing. It's fun to just set it up and have it. That's what Animal Crossing is a game of. Yes. Yeah.
There's like the fun game too of just like, okay, so I got a 64 gigabyte SD card here. What menu am I putting on this thing now? How am I narrowing this down? Oh, but this thing I can fit 2 terabytes on. So now this has all the Japanese versions and every revision of this 64 game and all that. And then the ones where you got to curate a little more. Like I like that stuff.
Yeah, I had like a 32 gigabyte for this one, and then I found my 400 gigabyte card that I wasn't using anymore for. And I'm like, okay, I'm loading this bad boy up, and I'm like, gonna sometimes play Super Nintendo games on this, and then I have a Steam Deck.
Literally today, I was getting stuff ready for Brooklyn. I was getting a Wii ready for Brooklyn, and I haven't done that with the Wii a lot. And I had a 64 gigabyte USB thing, and I was like, do I really need Excitebots on this? Yes! Clear up some space. I don't know if I need Excitebots or Animal Crossing City Folk. Do I need that?
Probably not.
I'm not going to play Animal Crossing City Folk.
That would be fun if we had a house in Animal Crossing City Folk and we left letters for each other.
I used to do with my sisters on the GameCube one, yeah. Although instead of letters, I would just dig a bunch of fucking pitfalls in front of Kayla's house. So when she left the house in the morning, she just fell on her face.
It's the race. It's the race to just like set a thing up and never touch it. That's
sure.
For me, that's always. I know, dude. Setting up the thing is most of the fun, without a doubt.
Yeah.
You know.
I try to get over that. I'm trying to be mindful of it and try to like stop myself from just being that way. So this is one thing I like about the Steam Deck is you can press a button and it sets itself up. So I'm like actually playing games on that thing, but then I bought this after getting a Steam Deck and have been setting it up. Like I'm back in my bullshit. So
that's a little
I want that thing for the Game Pass stuff. I want to be able to like easily play Game Pass.
This is actually really good for that.
Yeah.
Yes, this is what I'm like. I realized, this isn't because it's got Android and works pretty good. And then I'll get that Logitech thing and we'll see how that goes.
I don't need to know that.
You see the Verizon one today?
Fortnite on that.
Or Verizon Razr one?
You can't play Fortnite on the fucking Steam Deck, which drives me nuts. So I gotta, a dork, I gotta set up my iPad and I gotta play it with a 8-bit dough or something. I want to hold Fortnite in my hands.
I should see how Fortnite runs on this thing right now.
Grubb, people might have missed it. What device were you holding up earlier?
Oh yeah, sure. This one right here. This one's the Retroid Pocket 3. It is pretty much the same thing as the Retroid Pocket 2 Plus, which I also own. This one just has a bigger screen and 1 gigabyte more RAM. They were going to make it much better, and then they did it. And you know what I said? I don't care. I'm still going to buy it.
Yeah. My partner and I have gotten into this really bad habit, and it's going to get worse, I anticipate, when she is actively making regular money, if and when she gets hired, that we've collected like artsier looking nerdy shit. So, for instance, we're both bad at plants, and we didn't need a concrete like Pokemon planter thing.
That's cool.
But here's not just one.
That's cool.
4 of them.
Okay.
A Squirtle, a Charmander.
Are those for Chia Pets?
A Pikachu. No, you put like succulents and stuff in there. Or air plants.
It does look like Chia Pet.
And then the thing is, since we're both bad at plants, the only thing we have in there is like her allergy medicine. There it is.
Okay, that works.
Jan, you're being foolish with your money. What you need to be buying are sealed copies of Dynamite Cop for Dreamcast and ornate framed signatures of Macho Man Randy Savage.
I love that they're just in your hands.
Spend wisely.
Where did those come from?
Don't worry about it. Also,
you just
full-size Gremlin replicas.
How come everything is so close to you?
Buy a lot of stuff.
What is
surrounded by shit?
What is the oddest thing you have next to you, Bacalar and Grubb, like that you could pull out?
Nothing odd. I don't have anything odd. I have like fun stuff, but nothing
my
odd.
Donkey Konga controller.
I got mine's over there. I'd have to get up for my Donkey Kongas. Are those custom? Was that a black Donkey Konga?
I think it was a rip-off one. I have my real ones in the back room over there.
You're getting third-party Donkey Kongas?
Yeah.
I got some of those Marvel cards, but that's it. That's not odd, you know.
Got a BB-8 Lego thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have like a ceramic giant popcorn container that looks like a old school popcorn thing.
That is
honestly
weird.
The weirdest thing's probably still the Atari speaker hat. Just because
that's the most sensible thing, Grubb.
You win. You win. Well, that was a journey, another journey. Thank you, caller. Great voicemail. We went to the chat for the next one. They chose bathroom talkers.
Dan, how much was the Macho Man one? Because I kind of want one.
Yeah, what was that?
I've had the Macho thing for a long time. The frame, it was like 20. I searched ornate frame 8x10 on Amazon.
All right.
Fits it well.
Hey, dumpers. We're on a road trip and we're listening to the voicemail dump truck talking about using the bathroom while talking to someone on the phone. And listen, you guys need to put up a united front against phone talking in the bathroom. Makes other people nervous. Who's consenting to this? Is someone asking about it? Listen, I appreciate you guys. Love your perspective. I listen to it because my boyfriend is a massive fan, and it's constantly on during our road trips. But guys, come on, please. Anyway, thank you guys. Love you. Bye.
Thank you,
caller.
Thank you, caller.
I'm with her.
I think we were talking about like doing it in the privacy of your own bathroom, not in.
Yeah, but I mean, but you're still.
Yeah, but even that.
Someone on the other line, do they know that they're talking to you while you're going to the bathroom, and have they consented to that?
If they don't need to
Don't
know.
be on the phone when you're actively expelling feces. Like that should
They
be.
don't
a
need to
rule.
know. They
No
don't need
matter
to
where.
know. They need to know if it's a video call, and that's it. That's the only time they need to know.
No, audio too. Because you never know when like a little grunt's going to come out or a loud plop.
I will answer the phone if it's someone that would only call me because they need something, or if I don't answer, it could be a problem. Otherwise, I'm not going to pick up. I'm not calling anyone on the bathroom. Nope.
Yeah, I mean,
I said I wouldn't listen to podcasts of people I know while poop is coming out. So I'm not making calls.
I'm
with her. She's right.
Let me let you in on a little secret. You three.
Oh no! Oh no!
Here we go. Most of the time you talk to us.
You've called me on the phone before.
Look me in the eyes, all three of you. I've actively talked to all of you while shitting.
What do you do about the flush? Are you just not flushing? Because the flush would be a real tell.
Well, you do have a mute on there, so you let the other person talk for a little while. I've thought about it.
Have mutes? You can mute on phones? Oh.
Yeah.
All right, let's just fucking move on.
It's right above where it blinks 12 at you. It's just blinking 12. Just look above that and you can find the mute button.
Oh, okay. I guess I never thought of that. Huh.
It's like one of the main buttons right on your phone while
Is it
you're
one
in
of the
call.
6 that show up? Hang on, I'm going to call you back, Alert.
Definitely.
Let me test it.
Yeah, cool.
It is on mine, at least.
What do you know? Holy shit.
Don't show it.
Wow.
Yeah, okay. Dan Riker. Okay.
For audio listeners, he just threw his phone out the window.
Yeah, I mean, look, you are completely within your own right to poop and talk on a phone. Use the mute button. No one ever knows, because these three didn't.
I feel betrayed.
Well, look,
I mean, maybe I'm going to
feel
rethink
closer to
this
you,
now that I know I can
honestly.
mute it.
Oh, here we go. We have
Because
unlocked
honestly, it was the flush I was worried about because there was a no-win situation before where it's like,
what have we done?
You know,
Dan,
I either leave the poop in there and make the house stinky, or I let the person on the phone know that I'm pooping. Like now, you can avoid one of those.
Most houses don't have a toilet in the center of the house, unguarded by walls and doors.
Look, we got a
Also-
discount. I didn't understand it, but yeah.
Right.
Also, I think it's called the
mortgage rates.
Pittsburgh toilet. Is a toilet in the basement that has no walls around it.
Oh,
That's a factoid. Yeah, I think like the fact that you didn't realize there was a mute button. Like you've never needed a mute button on a phone call before. Like to me that is.
I mean, I can
weird.
I can see how it would be useful at times, but I've never thought about it. Like
You were never like, oh shit, I don't want this person who I'm talking to hear the thing that's about to happen. Let me mute it.
Like what? Like
No?
a train coming by or something? Or like, what do you mean?
Or maybe you have to like discuss something with someone who's there with you, and you don't want the person to hear.
Or you're
No, because
you're in a
here's the
meeting and
thing.
you're supposed to be at home at your home office, and then like the Chipotle
that.
guy's like, Jeff Grubb, your Chipotle's ready, and it's like, oh shit.
Here is my biggest weakness on the planet. My biggest weakness is if I'm on the phone with someone, which I hate talking on the phone anyway. If someone, like, let's say I'm talking to my dad here and Bianca says something over here, my brain shuts down because it just like it's over processing and I don't hear anything either of them said. And so it's like whenever I talk on the phone, I go outside, or if I'm at my dad's place, I'll go into the basement. I go like, I need to be away from people if I'm going to be on the phone because I cannot handle it if there are anything else.
the phone.
You know what is my biggest pet peeve with my partner, and I hope she doesn't bust in at any time while I'm talking about this.
Like the Kool-Aid man. That would
I have no problem talking on the phone. I love talking on the phone with my partner. I hate it when she puts me on speakerphone and doesn't tell me, because I'll just be talking to her about stuff, and then I'll find out like
that's a general
she's
rule.
with people or whatever.
That's a rule.
That's a Curb Your Enthusiasm episode. That's
Yeah.
general.
We were
Yeah,
driving.
yeah.
I was driving to Chicago, and my wife called to tell me that my daughter left a wasp out in the back, or an apple out in the backyard that ended up getting completely covered by wasps. And it automatically went to speaker. So Mike Manotti's just sitting there as she's like panicking and stuff, and I'm like trying to interrupt her so I could say you're on the speakerphone. That didn't stop her from telling me many times how this is a problem. Like, well, I will get it when I get home. I'll get it when I get home. I'm so sorry, but what can I do about that? She did eventually figure it out. You sprayed them with the soapy water, and that made them mad, and they just flew away. But because they don't like being covered in soap, and then she got the apple and yeeted it into the backyard. So problem solved.
Smart. Yeah, it goes without saying, right? As soon as a speaker phone has been initiated, or if the call was initiated on speaker, you just say, "Hey, Jen, just so you know, I got you here on speaker, bud. Okay, just a little heads up."
She never does it.
Here.
Exactly.
I've like divulged like intimate secrets while she's perusing the grocery store, and she's like, "Why are you mad? No one's gonna know." I'm like, "What if you run into someone?"
Yeah, it's
people just don't need to know that I had tummy problems today.
What if Michelle Obama was right next to you while I said that?
Exactly.
I would be so embarrassed.
Yeah.
I love Michelle Obama, man.
Right?
Yeah. She's really
All right, we only have a few more minutes here. I'm sorry, I do have to dip out a tiny smidge early, but we will go back around and see how far we get with Jen picking the next voicemail.
I want to make sure this gets played today, so I'll just choose it. The Shining follow-up. A little backstory here. If you're an avid listener to, I believe, the Beastcast, someone emailed in a while back and asked if whether or not The Shining should be a movie that they watch on a first date with someone. Backlar, Dan, do you remember that?
No, but
I don't remember that, but I
should be
have.
disqualified from a date
I listened to every
movie.
Beastcast. I don't remember it either, but yeah, that's fine. Let's do it.
Well, I remember.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. Mike from PA here. 2 years ago, I emailed the Beastcast about the first movie I should watch with my then girlfriend, now wife. It was The Shining, and if I should go through with that decision. Well, we're happily married now as of May. So I was wondering, what are good first movies to show your then girlfriend, now wife? And if that doesn't float your boat, how did you meet your girlfriend, now wife, or how did you get engaged to them? Feel free to answer that how you would like. But I just want to thank Abby for answering that question 2 years ago, because it developed into a pretty amazing relationship.
Oh.
Bye.
That's awesome.
Thank you, caller.
Sweet.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Congrats. Anyone
Seven
who wants
would
to
be a
watch
good
The
first date
Shining,
movie.
Seven? Yeah.
marry him.
Killer clowns from outer space. Yeah.
Yeah. I think Bonk and I's first movie was Mad Max Fury Road. It had just come out in theaters.
Oh, that's a good
First time
movie.
She came to town. It's like we both saw it. We're like, yeah,
That's a good omen. That movie.
Oh yeah,
watching that one.
Yeah, pretty early.
Oh man, what was the first movie I watched with my partner?
You know, I don't think aside from like over the top, super. I mean, I really don't know.
Over the Top's
if
a
there is
great first movie.
Yes, it is.
I'm just saying, okay, I think the better question, the more fun question is, what's the worst movie to watch? Because if it's like The Shining is obviously a classic and it holds up and it's brilliant.
Kicking it old school.
But like kicking it old school.
Yes.
Oh
Kicking It
no!
Old School.
Oh no!
What's that?
Oh no!
Dan Reichert made us watch this on his Twitch channel.
I think it was
2
Mike
weeks ago.
Minotti.
It was Mike's idea.
said,
Yeah, it's one of his
"Watch
favorite
Kicking
movies.
It Old School.
Jamie Kennedy gets
Oh, no.
knocked on the head in the 80s, wakes up in the 2000s as a grown man, but he's like, it's not like he is, all the things I'm into are 80s things. He still acts like an 11-year-old. That's the bit. And then he basically has, he's the star of the movie. He doesn't say a single funny thing the entire time. The only things he does do is say the N-word 2 times, 3 times.
If not
And,
more. Yeah.
if not more, yeah, and then there's the one funny guy was like, what was this Chris McDonald or whatever, the bad guy,
Shooter McGavin.
Oh, the Shooter McGavin. Yeah.
He was great. He made me giggle like 6 or 7 times, but the rest of the movie just utter trash.
Repeatedly like racist, and it was a rough one. It was.
That's
yes.
They said the R word too a bunch of times. It's like
Oh,
2007.
boy.
We
I
were
don't think
over
I'm
it.
picking any more
R-word.
mid-2000s comedies to do watch parties of. I think
That one
I
might have
talked to the
ruined it. I
community about it.
agree.
And was like, let's move genres away from this. This is
Yeah,
probably
that's
best for
fair.
everyone. So watch some 80s
Man,
action
we were
movies.
fucked up in the
Nothing problematic there.
mid-2000s. Yeah.
I can't believe that it was that recent. I can't believe
Dude, mid-2000s. I've watched a lot of these bad like mid-2000s movies in the last couple of years, and like there are so many of them where it's like, this feels like this should be a lot older. Like we did the Love Guru once.
Oh
with
my
Mike
God.
Myers.
Oh no.
That was like 2008, and it was like, holy fuck, how is this not like from the like 80s? You know,
The first Hangover, even. It's like
I'm sure.
like Oscar winner director Bradley Cooper starts the movie by saying, paging Dr. R word, yelling it at the top of his lungs.
It came out of faucets back then. It was everywhere. That
It did.
word.
Like
It was just-
I like going back to old comic books from then, but that era, old comic books, like comic books from the mid 2000s, every single one, R word, nonstop.
Interesting. You know.
I would
suck.
suggest
It's just, we sucked back then so bad.
Yes.
That's it. Yeah,
we still suck, but you know, we've learned to suck less a little bit in other regards.
It was used so frequently that, like, I remember, what was it, like 2005, 2006, I was watching an episode of the Colbert Report, and he had someone on whose whole thing was he had written a book about how, like, hey, we should kind of phase out this word, and this is why this is offensive. And I remember watching that episode and being like, oh yeah, good luck. They're not going to, like, people aren't going to stop saying that. And like, well, now it's like, holy shit, I can't believe it was used with such abandon, you know?
Yep.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
I would not suggest watching one of your favorite movies with a potential date, because then if they don't like it, it's going to make you really sad. Because I tried to get my partner to watch Hot Rod with me, and that's when I learned that she hates Andy Samberg.
Oh,
and then I was really
then
upset.
you can't marry them. That's the worst part.
Yeah.
Here's a movie. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it. It's a real deep cut, but with a surprisingly like amazing cast. It was called House Arrest. It came out in 1996, and it was Jamie Lee Curtis, Kevin Pollak, Jennifer Love Hewitt, and a lot of other notable people. And it was about like a bunch of kids who lock their parents in a basement to fix their marital problems.
Right.
I remember this.
Did this like play on like USA Network like all the time?
I'm
Like,
sure they all owned the rights to that for a long time. But that is like comfort food for me in a weird way, that movie. Anyway, maybe it's a watch party.
She
movie.
also-
I'm scanning through it to see if it's problematic, and I don't think it's like that bad.
Okay.
Comedies in particular are
completely
my
just
field,
being
you
a
know?
white person ass movie.
Yeah.
What's that?
Comedies in particular are kind of a minefield. I'm kind of surprised thinking back to like Lebowski. Like Lebowski is, 23 years old now, and like I can't really think of anything. Like that's
It's
aged incredibly
timeless.
well.
Yeah,
You know, it really
there's probably
is.
one thing, like
Yeah,
one or two
it's-
things maybe you could find, but
Because it's kind of. I mean, look at Grubb. Like Grubb completely adjusted his entire being to that film.
Exactly.
Hey, you have that
I didn't
Nixon
even do
bowling
it. I
poster
didn't
in
even
the
do it on
background.
purpose. I just had
became
one white
him.
Russian, and all my hair popped out like this, and I leaned back, and I'm like, all right, this is.
He puts his
my life
feet up
now.
there. He's wearing the jellies. Like it's just
You know it.
totally-
Always laid
It's
on
true,
red.
though. I mean, the film's a
Whatever.
masterpiece, right?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
I ordered White Russians all through college because of that. Yeah, they were in Iceland. They have a Big
That's
Lebowski
weird.
bar. Seriously,
Oh,
it's
that's
all
fun.
Big Lebowski,
Yeah,
and
I
their
gotta-
whole menu is all like 90 different kinds of White Russians. We went there twice. That's where I watched the Nintendo Direct from. Was from the Big Lebowski bar in Iceland. That's where I learned the Breath of the Wild title.
That's awesome.
That's incredible.
That's awesome. All right. I think we're going to have to say goodbye with that one, my friends.
No problem.
Unless
Let's get
there was
you
one
out
you
of here.
had to play, Jan. Was there one you had to play?
No, I wanted to make sure we played that one because
Okay.
I definitely remember that email from a while back.
All right. Very
Now
good.
that he started talking about it a little bit more, I'm like, I do remember like Abby talking, like saying that was a good idea and stuff.
Vaguely,
so,
yeah.
yeah. Good for him.
It's a lot of episodes. Can't remember them all.
You guys have any movies that you
any of
watched
them.
100 times just because it was like on HBO that you had as a kid or anything
Surf
like that?
Ninjas.
Surf
Yeah,
Ninjas.
Surf Ninjas.
That was a
Kindergarten
Rocky
Cop.
Cop, right?
What's that?
Kindergarten Cop.
Oh,
Yep. Yep.
Mine's Rocky 4. Rocky 4 used to be on TV all the time, and it
Yes.
just goes by like it's been 20 minutes. So at any point in the movie, if it's on, it's like, well, yeah, I'm watching all of
Yeah.
this.
It was definitely Die Hard 3, which I think is so awesome. That movie fucking rules. What else? There was one at the tip of my tongue there. I can't. Oh, Revenge of the Nerds 2, not the first one. The one where they go to Florida.
Yeah. I think I watched that.
never seen any
And
of
like
them.
what was the
you don't
Police
have to
Academy
see the
movies?
first one.
All the Police Academy movies are on TV nonstop.
I haven't seen either of those. I've seen no Revenge of the Nerds, no Police Academy. I've never seen any of them.
You would like Police Academy.
Don't watch Revenge of the Nerds. Talk about problematic. Don't watch Revenge of the Nerds.
Especially the first one.
Yeah,
First
at least
one,
on stream. I mean, they're all bad movies actually, but yeah.
If two is on every now and then, like, there's something about 2 that just puts me in a very like comfortable spot, regardless of like the content, right?
They like defang those movies pretty quickly because they were like they realized they were for kids after a little bit.
Yeah. So there you have it. 707 exit flu. That is our phone number. Leave a voicemail and maybe we'll get to your voicemail in 2 weeks because of course next week we're not going to have a show.
No,
we're going to be in Brooklyn doing Brooklyn things. So
I can't wait.
No sleep till Brooklyn.
Likewise. No sleep.
Right.
There might be literally 6 more sleeps till Brooklyn, but we're not sleeping till Brooklyn.
It's so soon. Y'all know that?
Soon.
Yeah.
You
we're
were
gonna be
like
there in
doing
less than a
stuff
week,
today
yeah.
for you, like shipping stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta find some things, get my bags back.
There's a lot of plates spinning.
Laundry.
Shoot! I gotta do laundry.
I'm like, oh man, I wore those pants I want to wear.
Come Tuesday, there's so many people are gonna realize how much shit. Right? It's a lot.
Yeah.
So it's been fun setting up.
I have thought about like, what if I just take some of these as carry-ons, and then I felt all the cables that I'm going to have to lug over. I'm like, this is not going to be. No, you can't do this.
Yeah.
Cables add a lot
Ship it
of
up.
weight and space that you like deceivingly so, you know?
Yeah, it's the worst.
Yeah.
Put them in a box. That's gonna do it, gentlemen. Thank you so very much, and
Thanks,
we
Bacalar.
will be back in 2 weeks. Don't forget 2 weeks, and we'll see you in Brooklyn again. 707 exit flu is the phone number. Leave us a voicemail. Until next time, bye bye.